What's up, everybody? It's AJ with etrailer.com. Today we're going to be checking out this polypropylene cover for your trailer from ADCO. This is going to be a good option for long-term storage, so when you're putting it away for the season, you want to cover it up. You don't want to leave it exposed to the elements or any UV rays that might damage the way it looks or just cause any issues. You throw this on there when you're getting ready to put it away. It's a breathable cover, so if any moisture does get in, it can get right back out. It's not going to cause any issues. Let's check it out. First up, you're going to want to measure out your rig to make sure you get the right cover for it. For instance, this one, there's going to be 3 different measurements you're going to need. Length is probably the most important one, and this one is going to fit from 20 feet and 1 inch all the way up to 22 feet long. And then another one would be height, but you're going to want to go from the bottom of your rig here to the top of the roof. Do not use the AC units or anything like that. The cover has space to go over those on top, so just make sure you go from bottom to just the top of the roof right there. And then width is something else you want to check out. That way you get the right cover for your ride. Something else to think about is where you're going to store your rig with the cover on it. Climate does matter with covers. The polypropylene one we have here today works pretty good with all climates, but if you're in a harsher one, you're going to probably want to go for one of those, because as long as it's short-term storage. So you got the Tyvek and the Aquashed versions. Again, those are for more heavy-duty elements, but they're also for short-term storage, so keep that in mind. I like that there's adjustability in the cover too. You can see right up here up front, there's 2 straps on the top that you can pull tight and get that slack out of the cover. It's kind of a windy day today, and you don't see it blowing the cover around with a bunch of extra cover or just billowing around. It's not doing that because you got it nice and tight here. You got 2 on the front. You're gonna have some underneath here too to make it nice and tight to the bottom of your rig, and there's going to be a couple more on the back side, and even that on the corners you can adjust it here just to pull it in there nice and tight. So I really like that option. It makes it form fit the trailer better, and it moves a lot less when it's windy like it is today. Looking at our travel trailer today, it's a little bit different. We have a little more extra cover on the front. That's just because it slopes down here. It doesn't have the usual extra part of the roof where it would come down and fit a little tighter. But that's just why there's a little bit extra, just the slope down here. Looking up towards the roof, you can see there's some vents on the top of the cover. And that's just gonna help with that breathability that we keep saying that this cover is good for. It's gonna let that moisture out and just let it breathe so nothing builds up in there when you got it covered up all winter. Here's a look at the back side of our trailer with the cover on there. You can see it's nice and tight with those straps here. Clearly labeled rear. That really helps when you go to install the cover. You can quickly look and see what end needs to go there. It's a little intimidating to climb up there and start getting the cover, but it wasn't so bad. It was actually a pretty easy process. Follow along and see how I did it. First thing, when you get your cover, you're gonna wanna take it out of the box, unroll it, get that plastic off there. We have ours laid out. We actually flipped it inside out, so this is the inside that you're looking at right now. We're gonna put the front up here, and then back here we have the rear of the cover. So once you get this all nice and stretched out and flipped around, you can see there's gonna be clearly marked front and rear on here just to help you out when you're looking at the cover. We're gonna start here at the rear and just loosely roll it up towards the front. This is just gonna make it easier to climb and carry. Before we start installing the cover, you want to go ahead and put the rain gutter covers on there. Just put that around and pull the strings to tighten it up. Just going to get that nice and tight on there and protect it when you add your cover. What we're going to do is I'm going to grab the front of this cover right where it says front, and I'm going to climb up there and spread it out over the roof. But we're gonna have to do this a different way because there's not a ladder on this travel trailer. So actually what I'm gonna do is set this here. I'm gonna climb up there and get on the roof. Cameraman Aiden's gonna hand me the cover once I get up there, remove the ladder, and then we'll go ahead and add the cover. All right, we're gonna just slowly drag the cover over the roof here, just being careful to walk around the AC units and make sure the cover doesn't get stuck on anything and pulling on it, but just gonna pull on the front and drag it over the top little by little and kind of sort it out as I do that. Since we're right here at the edge, I'm gonna go ahead and get the ladder here on the side and just pull the rest of the cover up and towards the front. With most of the cover pulled down across the front, now we can just kind of go around our travel trailer and adjust it and help pulling it down even further. At this point, we've got the cover situated. We're done pulling on it or trying to get it to fit any better than it is right now. So we're gonna come to the front and do the straps up front, and then we'll go and do them on the back side too. So what we're gonna do, just pull off this rubber band, unwind this, and just buckle it in on the other side. And pull some of the slack out of there. But not too much yet. We won't do that adjustment. I still gotta do the second one here on the front, and then we'll go to the back. With the front and the back all buckled up, you can just go ahead and come back and tighten it. Just pull as tight as you can. You might have to undo this to get it a little bit tighter, and then push it back into place. So now it's time to go ahead and run the straps underneath our travel trailer, and it gives you this sandbag or this weighted device. You just clip in. It's gonna help you just throw it underneath and go to the other side. Just like that. And now we'll go on the other side, unclip it, and hook it up. Now on this side with our weight, we can just go ahead and disconnect that, set it aside, and clip it in. And then I'll throw this latch and pull out some of the slack. And you can just latch it where you got it, where you want it. Once you've done that, on this one, you can just keep going down the line and hook up your weight, throw it over, and make all those connections. Remember, you can get them, pull them nice and tight, but don't overdo it because they don't need to be super tight. But just go ahead and get some of that slack out there so that's on the bottom of the rig and not just kind of hanging down. And then along the sides here, you see, you can make more adjustments. You can also pull this tight, and it's gonna make it tighter on the back and the front of the cover. So once we do that, just clip that in, just like you did underneath and on the front and back. Pull that excess out. And once you got that extra strap nice and tight, you can throw that latch. With those straps tightened up on the front and back and underneath, you're done. It wasn't that bad to get it installed. You do have to climb up on there and kind of spread the cover out, but reading the instructions and going through it, it really wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. And it didn't take that much time, especially now that I know how to do the process. I think it's gonna be easier to take that off or put it on the next time I need to. Well, I think that does it. Thanks for hanging out, and hope this helped.